Mr. President, no man thinks more highly than I do of the patriotism, as well as the abilities of the very worthy gentlemen who have just addressed the House. But different men often see the same subject in different lights, and therefore I hope it will not be thought disrespectful to those gentlemen if, entertaining as I do opinions of a character very opposite to theirs, I speak forth my sentiments freely and without reserve. This is no time for ceremony. The question before the House is one of awful moment to this country. For my own part, I consider it as nothing less than a question of freedom or slavery. And in proportion to the magnitude of the subject, not to be the freedom of the debate. It is only in this way that we can arrive at the truth and thus fulfill the great responsibility we hold to God and to our country. Should I hold back my opinions?
No.
On such an occasion, for fear of giving offense?
No.
I should consider myself guilty of an act of treason towards my country and of an act of disloyalty towards the majesty of heaven, which I revere above all earthly kings. It is natural for a man to indulge in the illusion of hope. We are apt to shut our eyes against some painful truth. Listen to the sound of that siren. Hope. Until she transforms us into beasts. Is that the part of wise men? Engaged in a great and arduous struggle for liberty? Are we inclined to be among that number who, having eyes, see not, and having ears, hear not those things which so directly affect our temporal salvation? For my own part, whatever anguish of spirit it may cost, I am willing to know the truth, to know the worst, and to provide for it. I have but one lamp by which my feet are guided, and that is the lamp of experience. I know no way of judging the future but by the past. And judging by the past, I wish to know what there has been in the conduct of the British ministry for the last 10 years to justify those hopes with which gentlemen have been pleased to solace themselves in the House. Is it that insidious smile with which our petition was received? Trust in God, sir. Let it not prove a snare to your feet. Suffer not yourselves to be betrayed with a kiss. Ask yourselves how this gracious reception of our petition comports with those warlike preparations which have darkened our soil and covered our waters. Are fleets and armies necessary for a work of love and reconciliation? Have we shown ourselves so unwilling to be reconciled that force must be called in to win our love? Let us not deceive ourselves, sir. These are the implements of war and subjugation, the last arguments to which kings resort. Ask yourselves, does Great Britain have any enemy in this quarter of the world to justify this grand accumulation of armies and navies? No, sir. She has none. They are meant for us. They can be meant for no other. They are sent to bind and rivet upon us those chains which the British ministry has so long been forging. We have done everything that could be done to avert the storm that is now rising before us. We have petitioned. We have remonstrated. We have supplicated. Our petitions have been ignored. Our remonstrances have produced additional violence and insult, and we have been spurned with contempt at the feet of the throne. There is no longer any room for hope. If we mean to be free, if we mean to preserve inviolate those inestimable privileges for which we have so long been contending, we must fight. I repeat it, sir. We must fight and appeal to arms, and to the God of hosts is all that is left to us. They tell us we are weak, unable to cope with so formidable an enemy. But when shall we be stronger? Shall it be next week or next year? shall it be when we are totally disarmed and the British Guard is in every home? Shall we acquire the effectual means of resistance by lying on our backs and clinging to the phantom of hope until we are bound hand and foot? We are not weak. If we make an effectual use of those means which the God of nature has placed in our power, 3 millions of people, armed in the holy cause of liberty and possessing a country as that which we possess, we are invincible against any force the enemy shall send against us. Besides, we shall not fight our battles alone. There is a just God who presides over the destiny of nations, and he shall raise up friends to fight our battles for us. Besides, we have no election. Were we base enough to choose it, there is no retreat but in submission and slavery. Our chains are already forged. Their clanking may be heard on the plains of Boston. It is in vain to extenuate the matter. Gentlemen cry, peace, peace. There is no peace. The next gale that sweeps down from the north will bring to our ears the clash of resounding arms. Our brethren are already in the field. Why stand we here, idle? What is it the gentlemen wish? What would they have? Is life so dear? Or peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty. Or give me death.